let's get into flameZ versus K23. Now, who is flameZ? Now, I want to do a video about the Israeli scene because they've kind of come out of nowhere, right? You have a look at flameZ. He's 17 years old. He's from Israel. Now, it seems like there's a bit of a rise in Israeli players. We've seen Spinks, another Israeli player who's currently playing for Contact. He's only 20. He's now starting to come up the ranks. You've got Sushan, who is an AWPer, who is actually flameZ's brother. And then you've got Anarkez, who plays on Secret. So these are like your 4 guys in Israel this year who have really stepped up. There's some like big name talents, and they've all come up from like the FPL, FPLC scene. We don't really know too much about him, to be completely honest. He's only played a handful of events with Endpoint, signed up with them in early September, you know, Malta Vibes, DreamHack Open qualifier, played for Belarus, a couple of more qualifiers, Flashpoint qualifiers, DreamHack Open Full, which was like one of his big events. And I think under some really strong leadership from Mighty Max, flameZ has got the potential to be a madman, an absolute madman. Now, when I look at him, I am hands down thinking he is the most mechanically skilled player I have seen in quite some time at this level. There is no doubt about it. He is insane, and he's got so much to prove. He's got so much potential, and I kid you not, within 12 months to 18 months, I reckon he's getting picked up by a big international org. Like, someone is going to pick him up. There's no doubt about it. Like, I love him on Endpoint. Don't get me wrong. I love Endpoint as a side. Being involved in the UK scene, I'd want him to stay, but I think he's too good. And especially if he gets under some reins of Mighty Max, I think he can go really far. We saw him playing a couple of teams. Accurus is the only one that I know of, playing in a couple of like the open qualifiers and closed qualifiers for the minors. Never really got any opportunities there in the Israeli scene, at least on HLTV. He filled in for Elites, which was, I think, was in the European Cup. I actually casted this event, but we didn't get a chance to cover this team as well. We were doing the other side of the bracket. So can't really talk too much experience to here. Adaptation he was playing on for a little bit, only a couple of games. We saw him filling in for Singularity. They were having a couple of roster issues. Now he's filling in for a complete Danish side as a stand-in, and he's putting up crazy numbers. Have a look at this game in particular against Azarko Boars in 9-5-3 Dawn. Positive 39 KD, 114 ADR. And it's a Danish core with Red Star filling in too. So they had 2 stand-ins in this game, and they 2-0'd Azarko Boars in a close series. He had a big game for Endpoint recently, actually. A big game against Cova, still standing in. Now, on Endpoint, he's been, I don't want to say hit and miss, but he hasn't had those games like that are huge just yet. And I think he will. I think he really will. Joined Endpoint in early September. When did he join? 16th of September. So I think they trialed him for a little bit before they signed him directly. This is the match I think we're going to focus in particular, is their game against K23, where he had a really big T side. He ended up going 25-6 on the T side. But look, K23 are a really decent side. They're one of these CIS teams that are very, very slow on T side. They are ridiculously slow. They execute with like 20-30 seconds left on the clock. It honestly feels like when they're on T and you're on CT, you can basically just sit there and do nothing for a whole minute because they're not doing anything. They're probably one of the most passive CIS teams I've seen in quite some time. But they're a strong team. You've obviously got very experienced AWPer of Mo. You've got some sick riflers. I think KDO has had a pretty rough time over the last few months. Neil in their cooler, and then Norbert and Kiosa could just pop off at any time possible. But we saw over on Nuke, 19 kills, -2, goes over to Train, it's +6. And in Inferno, he has a huge performance. 30 kills, 12 deaths, and he goes 25-6 over on the T side. flameZ HLTV debut was in early 2018. He played 8 maps in 2018, 27 in 2019, and almost 150 this year. So it's been certainly a big rise for flameZ, and as well, I'd like to do a bit of a content piece on Sushan too, who's his brother, who is insane too, who doesn't seem to get too much talk about, at least from what I've heard. But 1-1, it's been at least a good response from Endpoint. And flameZ going into second mid this time around, rather than being the late person out from Banana. Going into Mexi. All of his teammates coming out through second mid. Moto smoke. And very late in terms of his placement in comparison to the rest of his teammates on the XE, being a lot further behind since he put that smoke up towards Moto. Flash into pit, swings out, 3v3, they need to try and pick up bomb control, he's just clearing out the pit position. Now, there's not really too much util for the post plant here for Endpoint, they've got just a flash and a molly. Missed Molotov actually comes out there from the K23 side. You can see that molly landed on the roof position. I don't know if I can get you a bit of an angle there because I can't get off the player. But anyway, missed util comes out from the city side of players. So that means that for Crucial, he's not going to be forced away anywhere on the site. Like that molly could have landed here or here to try and force him out into the open or into that short position. So missed utility makes it easier that he could just play on the site and just hold the same angle. flameZ just jiggle peeking, trying to get info. He's jiggle peeked out towards apartments, hasn't seen anything, not peeking out towards short, playing a bit of an off angle. Now he's peeked it out, he's saying, okay, there's no one here, now I'm going to aggress, gets out towards graveyard. Ooh, what? I don't remember that. Holy shit. What a spray transfer. Wow, that was manic. That third kill. Okay. I think we're in business here for the T-Side. So for the most part for flameZ, we haven't really seen him doing like a lot of entering. He seems like he's been doing a fair bit of lurk plays, which is what Thomas was doing a lot of the time for Endpoint, on T-Side at least. Seems like he's like second, third, maybe fourth player into the Xyz most of the time. And Neds up Banana don't actually do as much damage as they did in the last couple of rounds, and they actually just get free range of Banana. Flash goes over towards Broken Wall, Mighty Max and flameZ can just swing out together. So, pretty slow round here from Endpoint, just really running down the clock, showing a bit of map presence out towards brackets. And flameZ tapping away towards coffins, forces Chaos off angle. Smoke going down, like getting closer to 30 seconds. This is a tough position now for Endpoint. They need to regroup together. And flameZ's just going to be the lurk over to B. It looks like they're bringing that bomb over to the A bomb site. No, they're actually going to split B through CT, and Norbert gets a couple of kills, so this round's pretty much finished now. Good shot coming out from flameZ. What? Bro! What an opening to be! I even casted this game and I don't quite remember. I'm guessing we just didn't see it from his perspective. 4 HP. Like, he's given them a chance in this round now. 4 HP. He can't really peek because he's just so low. K23, Norbert Mo on retake. flameZ. Oh my goodness, he's going to win this round. Hearing the footsteps too from Norbert, so they know that he's not coming in from Nana. They know that he's out from CT. What a round. That was sick. That was really, really sick from flameZ. Like just the micro control in terms of crosshair placement to flick up to the flower pot position. That was nice. And for Endpoint, they put so much into running down the clock to going for that B split that as soon as Norbert got those 2 kills, you thought that round was done. I thought it was done. So 12-3, I think he's really showing, even on a lurk, how much impact he can actually find in opening up bomb sites. 2 rounds in a row now that K23 have won. No bomb plants for Endpoint. Means that money's looking a little bit shaky. Mighty Max is going to be on Mach 10. AKs for everyone else. So there is an instant reset potential. 2,400 loss bonus. They get a bomb plant. Maybe they can buy an next round if they still lose, depending on the situation. But money's getting pretty low. Flash up for Mighty Max, trying to go for a really aggressive peek towards top of Banana. Nealon catches him off, so unfortunately that play just does not work out at all. I don't even know if Nealon was blind on that swing, but yeah, Mighty Max, no trade potential considering flameZ was setting up util for him. Flash up, clearing out sandbags, clearing out car, so they know that top of Banana's completely open. they've been able to drive K23 back in towards a passive position on the site, but looks like they kind of want to give up with Nano control unless they want to go back. But Bomb's still in T-spawn, so there's a lot of options here for Endpoint, whether they have a bit of a gut feeling they want to continue to A, flash over to try and help at least a peek come out from the brackets players of Cyril and Robin. They pick up that bomb. I think they are heading B. Are they going back to A? What is going on here? Moto smoke for flameZ. Fake? They've got like no util to B though. I don't know about this one. Robin's trying to sell it the best they can. Man, the B players aren't rotating. Okay, finally they do, but they're coming back now. Missed shot coming out with that AWP from Crucial. And Keels just needs to stay in CT. They've got one smoke that has to be put down somewhere. And flameZ is just trying to do the best that he can. Crosses out from CT. Somehow evades Keels. He's still alive though. Bomb on his back. Good shot coming out from Crucial. flameZ just needs to get this bomb down. Crucial's going to try and back up his line towards the Coffin's position. Flash comes over. Trying to take the fight. Look how aggressive he's getting too. Oh! That was nice. That was... Can he follow up though? Mate. They bring it back at 2-on-3. And all Crucial needs to do is just hold his crossfire. Hold the Coffin's angle while flameZ's looking over towards CT. Trying to play as much time as possible. In towards Hobbit. Norbert. Last one left. Nice round. Great post plant. Good recovery from Endpoint. Considering the A fake didn't really do too much. As soon as they missed that AWP shot for Crucial, Chaos was still in CT, and Nealon was playing new box, so there were still two players at B with very little util for the T side. But yeah, decent post plant. Hey, it seems like you've reached the end of the video. I just want to say a massive thanks for all the support and tuning in to watch this great content. In case you're wondering sort of how these videos are made, they're all captured on my live stream at twitch.tv/Dweg, where I go through demo reviews live with viewers, with chat and what have you, and answer questions. So it is sometimes a little bit difficult to edit these videos down into a YouTube format. So I am still working on it. I do hopefully want to release some videos where I have time to sit down and watch the play over and over again and get some nice graphics going and some overlays and things like that, where it's actually recorded off stream, edited, and then put up onto YouTube. But in the current time constraints that I have, it seems like live streaming is the way to go, and then editing them down to YouTube. So I'm hoping for the next maybe 3 months or so, aiming at 2 videos a week, maybe 3 if I've got a little bit of spare time. I know that next week is going to be absolutely jam-packed with 9 to 5 casting for the Swiss stage of number 6. So I've got a lot of casting on my plate, so I'm going to keep trying to get these videos out as often as I can. But yeah, just want to say a massive thanks for all the support, and I really appreciate it.